Hey guys, today I'll be talking about where Arena the contest is and where it is going in its final 48 hours on Kickstarter. Today I'll be focusing only on new items, so if you're curious about the campaign structure or game details, see my first video linked in the description below. Starting things out, backers have unlocked 22 additional miniatures that add sculpts for the undead dwarves, zombies, vampires, skeletons, orcs, soldiers, and golems. Additionally, a plethora of missions, alternate art for characters and the arena, and component upgrades have been unlocked. Also included were 2 additional bruisers, Oris and Rinkir, that were unlocked by social stretch goals and answering riddles. To fit all of those extras, backers are getting a second box to hold it all, and I must say it looks cool. Updates have been interesting and detailed, including deep dives into how different characters, even in the same combat role, play very differently, to story gameplay details which I found particularly exciting. For instance, they showed a quest map that had interesting mechanics with rooms that had altars in them. When stepped on, they spawn enemies that must be killed, but how the enemies spawn is random. So perhaps everyone in the room gets hurt and the room locks, or perhaps they spawn farther away attacking a prisoner. This means you have to react as a team to the fate dealt instead of trying to game the mechanic. Later on, they detailed some of the decision making that sounds really impactful. For instance, in this scenario, you are escaping and come across some female orcs bathing their children. They see you and claim to be happy that you freed them. You can either A, kill the women and not risk guards being alerted, or B, spare them and run. If you chose option A, we simply don't know what happens. The card is removed and you go to page 11 on the campaign, which we don't have access to. If you chose option B to simply run, it seems the orcs informed the guards and they are rushing towards you while mounted on wild boars. You then have the option to either send the scholars ahead and stay behind, run to the outpost with the scholars to fight near the walls, or face the orcs head-on in a defensive formation. Whatever you choose, you must react quickly and pick within 10 seconds. This is really exciting stuff in my opinion, and doesn't even touch on the puzzles and clues that will need to be worked out. A very good RPG campaign seems to be included here. Backers are currently wrapping up the Interlude Solace group of unlocks that will introduce the Capture the Orb game mode. Not much is known about the game mode, but I believe we can deduce it involves rushing to an orb that you then must either carry to a specified location or keep for a certain amount of time. With just a bit less than adding another $100,000, backers will receive more cards, a Bone Dragon boss fight, more campaign missions, more enemy miniatures, and a plastic insert for a more organized core box. Lastly, at $666,000, backers unlock the Diablo Super Miniature, which looks absolutely amazing. He has so many skulls, he makes the miniatures from hate jealous. But KOA, you ask, what if we hit past $666,000? Well, that's when the big guns start coming out. There are actually 5 dragons in the game. The Red Dragon, Blue Dragon, White Dragon, Black Dragon, and Bone Dragon. Would it be nice to have the miniatures for them? Of course it would, you say, and I agree. So is that it? Not quite. They also added another completely optional add-on that does not come with the full pledge. It doesn't add any gameplay content. Instead, for $19, you can get a dice bag, 8 die, with each being colored for a combat role such as tank and healer, as well as enough sleeves to sleeve every card in the game at the full pledge level. So how much is this now? Well, if you back to day 1, then to get every single thing on offer, it costs you $208. Without backing day 1, you need to add another $7 for that 24-hour special character, bringing the total to $215. And really guys, that's it for the update. I hope this was informative and I hope you enjoyed kind of the rundown of where Arena the contest is. Again, if you are curious about more of the gameplay mechanics and overall Kickstarter campaign details, you can click in the description below. There's a link to my first video on that. Otherwise guys, thanks for watching. I always appreciate it, and I'll talk to you again soon.